the last train from Harlow's End. It was a dreary Thursday evening when I found myself stranded at the desolate train station of Harlow's End. The town was a small, forgotten place, barely marked on modern maps, known only to those who had reason to pass through its quiet streets. My car had broken down miles back, and without cell service, I had little choice but to head to the nearest civilization for help. Harlow's End was that place, appearing like a mirage at the edge of the horizon just as the sun began to dip below the tree line. The train station was as old as time, with peeling paint and a single flickering light bulb that swung gently in the wind. A time-worn schedule hung on the wall, and to my relief, there was one last train due that night. As I sat on the dusty wooden bench, waiting, I felt the chill of isolation creep up my spine. An old man soon joined me on the platform. He tipped his hat, a gesture from another era, and sat down beside me, his eyes weary but kind. Not often we get visitors here. Waiting for the last train, are you? He asked, his voice a crackling whisper. Yes, my car broke down, I replied, grateful for some company. He nodded slowly, then said, you know, they say the last train from Harlow's End takes you places you ain't meant to go. His words sent a shiver through me, though I laughed it off. Is that the local legend? He didn't smile. Not a legend, son. That train. It's different. Came here under similar circumstances myself, many years ago. Thought I was heading back to the city. I never left Harlow's End. Before I could ask more, a distant whistle cut through the air, and the ground trembled with the approach of the train. It roared into the station with a screech of metal, more modern than I expected, gleaming under the lone streetlight. Remember what I said, the old man called out as I stepped towards the train. His tone was urgent, almost fearful. I boarded quickly, finding the carriage empty and eerily silent. As the train pulled away, I looked back at the platform, but the old man was gone, as if he'd vanished into thin air. The train picked up speed, the landscape blurring past the windows. I settled into my seat, uneasy yet eager to be moving. Hours seemed to pass, and I realized with a jolt that no stops were being announced. No towns appeared outside, only an endless stretch of dark woods. Panic set in as I searched the train for any sign of life, a conductor, or even another passenger, but there was none. Just as I was about to pull the emergency brake, the train slowed, coming to a stop at another station, as deserted as Harlow's End. Stepping out, I found myself on an identical platform, under an identical flickering light. The same peeling paint, the same old schedule on the wall. And there, on the same wooden bench, sat the old man, his expression grim. Told you, he said, his voice a sad echo. The last train from Harlow's End doesn't go anywhere. And now, neither do you. As the realization sank in, the train pulled away, leaving me stranded under the ghostly light, waiting for the next passenger to share my fate.